Welcome to another edition of Mailbag. Remember, these are comments and questions that you guys leave on my channel that I do my humble best to try and answer, offer comment, or just throw out to the wider community for somebody out there to help you out. As with a number of recent mailbags, I'm doing one header and then the mailbags will follow. So if you sort of read the next mailbag and it looks the same as this, that's the reason why. But before we get going, we must address the normal parish notices, which are, if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you like videos about this sort of stuff, this sort of stuff, and this sort of stuff, you need to hit the subscribe icon. Save time, hit the bell icon as well. You'll be notified when videos hit the channel. If you like the contents of this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And also, I highly encourage you to leave comments down below. I do read them. I respond to every single comment. And sometimes I even use those comments as subject of videos that I will film in the future. And finally, down there is the TMTG community. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, which I think is a real bargain, you can support the production of videos on the channel. Down there are also the Instagram and Facebook tags where other stuff related to the channel will appear. But now, back to the video. Now the next one comes from Kevin Braden. And it's in response to the instant gratification video I did, plug in the S2400 and go, a video I did in March 2021. And I'm publishing this in the view that I've always said that I will take constructive criticism, and this is something that Kevin has tried to give. And therefore, in following my own rules, if it's constructive and civil, which is exactly what this is, then it should be given an airing. And therefore, I'm going to read this, what Kevin says, all the way through. I'm posting this as constructive feedback because I really want to see more content regarding the S2400. I understand that making good, compelling content is hard and I'm no expert. I'm a consumer of content, not a creator, so take this or leave it. First is that I wish to focus on the product and not the presenter. I understand that you are fashioning your show after Sonic State model, but they have video equipment that switches to close-ups during the presentation and found a good balance of seeing the presenter and learning about the product. Fine, you see you at the beginning or interspersed throughout, but would rather see the close-up of the product when demoing. I've never seen the lollipop. I've never seen what a lollipop looks like, and this video is constantly entertaining and informative. Which brings me to point 2. I wish you had a little bit more experience of the product and a tighter script on what you want to cover up. Lollipop and Sonic State are great resources because you feel like they have taken the time to research the product and have thought about the best way to present the product to their viewers. Sonic State may feel off the cuff, but I'm betting that there is a lot of thought or perhaps editing that goes into making their videos concise and entertaining. Even videos aimed at the beginner, in my opinion, should be taught by somebody with an intermediate level of experience. From my understanding of the S2400, the multi-mode is core to what makes it special. I will be honest, I tuned out and turned off once I realised that you hadn't dug into it enough to talk at that level. Perhaps I misread your intention of the videos, but you present yourself as an expert. But in this case, you are failing to live up to the expectation. Being a guru is a tough niche to occupy, but one that is non-negotiable in knowing your stuff or coming across that way. That being said, there is a place for beginning videos where the presenter is a beginner. On a product like this, there are probably only 5 or 6 experts in the world, and they all work for Isla. The Scott Brio videos on the S2400 fit into this camp. Although he has experience with production in general, he doesn't profess to be an expert at the 2400. He is learning along with the rest of us. He invites you, the viewer, along for the exploration of the product with him. Don't underestimate the value of setting the experience bar low. Firstly, that film strip transition has to go. You can't be a Martin Scorsese film director, but you will lose all respect with a bad star wipe. I felt like that transition was being used ironically and sparingly to punctuate a joke. Perhaps it might land differently, but it undercuts your tech guy cred. simply would be better IMHO. To reiterate, you have a great product in the 2400. I want to see more of, but you will benefit from being a little more planful in your approach to these videos. Also, to reiterate, I'm no authority on anything really, so feel free to delete this comment and move on with your day. I applaud your motivation and effort to put the time and effort into what you are obviously passionate about, and hope that you keep sharing with us. And I'm laughing because, you know, myself, like a lot of creators on YouTube, do actually spend a fair amount of time planning what they're trying to do. And it's interesting, isn't it, the sort of what Kevin writes there and what feedback I've had from other people on that particular video. I am learning the S2400, and there are a number of areas where I haven't really dug into, and I was actually quite honest on the video when I said that. But I do learn the instruments as I go along, so thank you for the feedback, Kevin. I think this, and I think for this platform, I really am starting at the beginning. I kind of made that point in a couple of videos, that, you know, I don't know, and I've always said I don't know everything, but I'm trying to impart how I'm finding out. But the key point between me and the sort of the Sonic State model is Sonic State make their money from this channel and sponsorships of their channel. This channel is not at that level. I don't get paid. I don't generate an awful lot of income from the channel. I don't get other promotions. Nobody has approached me to promote their product other than the videos that run inside YouTube. And therefore they can probably spend a lot of time working with the platform and spend an awful lot of time creating the videos. Now I'm trying to get to that point where I free up time so that the videos are being created over a longer period. But it does take time, and I've got to kind of balance out that with the day job. If this channel paid for itself and it paid my salary, then yes, I probably would spend several weeks researching before I actually made each video. In fact, I do probably spend several weeks researching stuff before I actually make videos, but probably just not to the extent that they do. And like the Scott Brio, at the moment I am far from an expert on this platform. The S2400 I've kind of approached with intrepidation. I do feel intimidated by it. I've never really felt like that about an instrument, but I felt really, really intimidated by the S2400, and I don't know why. But there is a long way to go with the instrument. It's new to me. The style of workflow is completely new to me. And however, as I said, in line with my own policy, this is fair criticism, and I'm taking it on the chin. So thank you very much, Kevin. Taken in the way that you wanted it. In actual fact, if you looked at some of the videos that have been made in the last probably 3 or 4 weeks, you will notice that the style of video inside the video has actually changed a bit. So some of that feedback's already been incorporated. Thanks very much.